Just sad. Going up to 37 and down to 36 followers. Can't quite break the 40 gap. Any more consistent views? Yeah, actually, it was a bust. 3 concurrent streamers. No, your minimum of 3 average viewers on 4 different days. How much I viewed and no one. I need a lot. Once. Lou. Yeah. There that is. Okay. And then let's open up ChatGPT and trying to remember where I was at. So I had a good morning yesterday. I was feeling really confident. I was able to donate plasma successfully and pull money out from stocks, like decent profit, and that was really good. And I felt great in the morning because I'm pumping one arm and pumping out plasma, and I'm actually like racing dudes in there and like filling up more plasma faster than anybody, just doing like a particular with one arm in order to get it out whenever the cuff tightened up. And on the other hand, I'm just flipping around between crypto and stocks, like buy, sell, buy, sell, yeah, buy, sell, buy, sell, going full fucking like autistic crazy. And I managed to get my personal cash up to $1,000 in one hand, and then make another 100 just pumping my fist in the other one. So real good profits and reinvestments and stuff like that. Feeling great in the morning, and then just awful in the afternoon because I talk to the wife, and like I feel my insecurities and my fears and everything coming up, and just yeah. It's rough. I miss my wife, but I feel like I'm also detoxing from her, and that's important. My evening stream did not feel good. It was not a great stream. I appreciate the people that stopped by, like Beard Chug Champ, and even Dion made a little pop in. Very much appreciated, but 4 hours of me just being tense and doodling. I mean, not even bad doodles either. Just, again, a lot of insecurities. So I get done with that, and I cave. Yeah, I guess I'm taking this off. And determined, like, fuck it, I'm gonna smoke a bowl. I'm gonna smoke a bowl all to myself, just sit down and smoke a bowl. And I went upstairs, I grabbed said bowl that I already had, like, sitting and packed and ready to go and just waiting for me for days now. And I took one hit. And looked at it and just said, I need to find a job. I need to find a job. And I had started the process of looking for a job yesterday. Like, got a list going, but I didn't, make any pursuits. And so after one hit, I ended up staying up till like 11:30 until I was good and just too tired applying for online security type jobs. Content moderation type of shit that should be watching me. If anything, just so somebody's fucking watching me. Bam. But ching. As I was looking around, my ass discovered. Oop, that candle. Nope, that candle. Fucking directions are weird. That candle. This candle is something that my wife and I got for our wedding. We lit this as we said our vows. And then every year for our anniversary, for the first few years, we relit this on our anniversary. And if you see how far down that is, for a 20-year marriage, it should be so much further down. It should be so much further down. But at some point, and I want to say this is while I was in college, we stopped coming together to reignite this candle of our marriage. This was something that we specifically got for our wedding, so we would remember to come back on our anniversary and reignite this candle. So we would be reigniting the flame of our marriage every single year, and we stopped. And when I discovered that last night and realized the years of neglect that have gone by, and you can see, I mean, after 20 years, we should have to buy a new candle. That's what should have happened. We should get a new candle at this point. But yeah, so decided to bring it down and make it part of this morning stream because I got to do the work to reignite this flame. So, anyways, applied for a bunch of jobs late last night. Got an interview today already at 9:15 today. It's not a full-time job. It's a remote position, but it's got a $500 sign-on bonus. It pays for training. The pay is very decent. Remote part-time, but it has the opportunity for growth for a more serious position and more specialized stuff. So, here's hoping. Mischief, leave the rabbit alone, please. I'm gonna pop this on. Apparently, I should be using my proper mic. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, okay. I think that's about right. Pop this on. So I think it makes me a little sexier. Boom. Is this good? Is this good? Yes, yes. Okay. Oh, all right. And now, yeah, I had a real epiphany last night. I was gonna sit down and I was gonna write out, like, in ChatGPT, every single thing, like the whole history of the marriage. Like, well, she did this, and so I did this, and she did this, so I did that. Like this whole thing about basically trying to like put the record of our marriage into AI, so AI could tell me that it wasn't my fault. That was what I started to do, and like 2 sentences in, I just stopped and instead wrote a confessional about just what a piece of shit I've been, not helping my wife, not supporting her in any way, just being a lump on the couch for years. Yeah. Yeah, I came to a big moment of ownership last night. So that was interesting. That was raw. It was kind of rough, but slept decent-ish, I guess, between like the other hit that I took before I went to sleep to try and unwind me to make sure that I did actually get some rest, which it did help. But I gotta say, I'm not sure that I like I like it, but it definitely got me focused to do what I needed to do. So maybe cold turkey is not the best option, but I do got to work past this mental resistance, which I've been doing. It's this whole conditioning where I get anxious about something in my body, gives me this high feeling, and I've been talking to my body and my subconscious and saying, I don't need this anymore. I know this once was something that you did to protect me, but I don't need this protection anymore. And that's been working. That has been working, but the problem with that, as I get to experience the actual emotion that my body is avoiding with all that anxiety shit, or with all that like fake high shit, and that's just raw fucking anxiety and like this something like the cloudiness in the head is one thing, but then when that goes away, what I'm dealing with is a strange like compaction of my innards, I guess is what you would call it. Like everything in my chest and my stomach just kind of tightens up, and that's where my anxiety, a lot of my anxiety like manifests as. and it's almost like the thought of like new experiences and getting out and doing stuff has me bracing like I'm about to get just punched in the solar plexus and have the wind knocked out of me. That makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. I mean, I've always had like the social issues and been kind of an outsider and a shy guy and stuff like that. And when I do speak up, I get a lot of like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" I can tell you that too. Let me go into my personal history. I've been asked enough times, "What the hell's wrong with you?" I've become incredibly self-aware, incredibly self-aware, and really good at not taking responsibility. So, yeah, yeah. In social situations, I feel like I got to be braced for a strike at any point, and it's kind of exhausting, right, Lou? It's exhausting. And if you can't trust, you don't really have a relationship. And I don't feel like I trust people as a whole. It's really hard to develop a relationship. Okay. So, but job lead, job master, search roles based on search login. I don't trust that. I've been getting way too many sketchy job offers and stuff like that. I got to go through and purge. I'm to the point where I am looking up the specific jobs that I want using ChatGPT to compile lists, and then searching the actual companies now because I've been led on too many sketchy pursuits. Twitch still bleeding light from where the barrier once held it. Its limbs tried to reconfigure into something threatening, wings or claws, a mask of majesty. But the magic no longer obeyed. Josh's bare feet echoed softly in the silence. No armor, no sword, just the sound of flesh on stone, steady as judgments. You were always a coward, he said, rolling his shoulders, all theater, all noise, always hiding behind your borrowed faces. Huh. Alright, I can play with this first little bit. What do I think? Am I doing a new chapter? Is this chapter 4? Three, two. What am I looking at for an average here? 7 and 17. Okay. And this is 12 to 17, so that's 5. So 7, 5, and then this would be another 5. So between 5 and 6 is what I'm averaging on chapter length right now. And this is 17, so that's another 5. So so yeah, I think that is a chapter 4, but that means like 1, 2, and 3 all kind of shorten. 4, he actually fights the devil. 5, escape from the castle. Okay. Yeah, I think I know how chapter 5 is going to end. Now chapter 6 will begin. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Space. Chapter 4. I should really be thinking of names like Defeated Desire or oh, you roll into coward. You said roll in the shoulders. All theater, all noise. Always hiding behind. Emptiness. Because we're talking about Asmodeus here. Asmodeus is the first prince of hell, devil of lust, which the trickiest thing about sins, especially the seven deadlies, is we get so caught up in a particular aspect of them. Like lust, we associate with sex. It's not. It's just desire. It's just our biological imperative supplies us with a crazy high level of desire for a very specific thing, which is a biological imperative. But that can become corrupted, especially when we let it be a distraction from a higher pursuit, higher purpose, higher sense of self, what we might call God or wisdom. It definitely obstructs wisdom. But it can be a birthplace of curiosity too. Like I love Socrates' take on lust and attraction, where you can turn it into something carnal if you want to, or you can ponder it more deeply in an attempt to understand what the attraction to beauty is, what love really is. Because we fall into lust, but we grow into love. Love itself is the appreciation of a value over time. It sounds like a very cold and calculating way of saying it, but it is. We create value in something, we invest ourselves into something, and then we want to see that investment grow, and that growth is appreciation. And so our love grows and expands and deepens as long as we keep working on it, as long as we keep investing in it. Which, clearly my wife and I, and probably me, I stopped investing because I was too caught up in my own desires and my own wants. And, to a lesser degree, I can say my wife did something similar. But, yeah. So let's get it out on the page. That's what we're working on. This is catharsis. And catharsis means that which makes you shit. So this should be processing emotions that I've had stuck for a while. Not to mention the coffee is working, which is a diuretic. That's what helps you to shit, not what makes you shit. Don't worry, folks, not pee. It's just me drying my hands. All right. Uh, uh, do that. Boom, boom. Oh, no, no, no. And then we're going to edit this. Mojo, cool it, dude. Mojo, knock it off. Stop. Maddie's locked up. Mojo, cool it, dude. What should fall for you? Mo, dressed up her chains like they were wings. You told her silence and safety. Um, Mojo! Knock it off. I'm not giving you a treat for this. No, fuck off. You're doing a bad bunny. I don't care if you're not happy about it. Lou's down here right now. I assume Lou is down here right now. Maybe she doesn't want to hear me yelling at you because you're being such a little brat right now. I want to give you what you want, though. You're doing good. You're a dick. You're a little dick. You are. You're such an asshole. I'm glad you knew. That's. Come on, get out. Get the fuck out. Oh, now you just want to sit there. Okay, fine. 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 Fine, 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 fine. Freaking rabbit. Alrighty. What do you want, Mo? What do you want, Mo? Oh, come here, buddy. Come here. Let's show everybody what a monster you are. Ow. Sure enough, right in the nipple. Every time. Right in the nipple. Ow. Oh, you shithead. Oh, you're such shit. I don't have any hay sticks. I don't have any treats for you right now, Mo. They're over there. I'm trying to write an epic novel. I'm trying to write like a mythos. I'm trying to write myself into a cathartic state of acceptance and forgiveness and shit. Maybe like help other people for centuries if I'm lucky. You and just rubbing your fucking forehead has to take precedence, huh? Yeah. Here I am trying to save humanity. No, let me just stop and pet a bunny. That's not selfish and indulgent. Wife and her friends think I'm more emotionally connected to you than I am to my wife, but you're more emotionally connected to me than my wife is to me. Like, you don't prioritize anyone else's attention, do you? No. You need mine. Yes, you do. Yeah, you don't go run off seeking approval from other people. You're my bud. You're my bud. Joke's on you. It's gonna make you even softer and more desirable to pet. So that's how I give you treats. Alrighty. Hungry now. Damn it. Poop was too big. Created a gap. Alright. You dressed up her chains like they were wings. You sold her fantasies. In exchange for my ambitions. Hmm. And I misspelled emperor. You, yes, yes. Really a fool with an angel inside. And you squandered her. The Fire Lord. Nah, I'm not doing any flashbacks. I'm not going to let the demon morph into any other forms. No internal monologue. I can show without telling. You're not just building a moment, you're exercising. Damn straight. Damn fucking straight. Victory is exercising another demon. That's what Joss does. Okay. Nope. Simping is an word. Skimping, simping, same thing. Pathetic grin. Made her cry. When you pulled her back into your wanton clutches, I was made the villain for all the pain you had caused. I became a scapegoat to your wretched family. And carried her scars. catharsis. That which makes you shit. Alright. Play back on what I got so far. Hell of a scene. Good pun. Good pun. The synopsis. No, that's not what I changed that. Yep, I like that. Good swap. Boom, boom, boom. Easy, boom. Yeah. Copy. Paste. And then that, and then Mo, stop destroying shit. Mojo. Let's change that. Prideful father, the demon collapsed using just a fall and stunk on its spine. Mo! Oh, he found a treat cup. I'll keep you busy for a while. Hi. Hey, Mo. You frustrated with it? Hey, dude. Hi, buddy. Yeah, that. Um, I need a speech in Jost's tone and style about what lust is beyond sex, how it is just empty distractions and constant longing that is never really satisfied. Mojo, knock it off. Mojo, come here, dude. Stop. What is with you this morning? Krabby Bunny, come here. Joik. Jeez. I wonder, can I say this? Is this going to be too cheesy? A whirling dervish of flames. Yelp. Tapped. Work with this. It needs to be changed and edited, but I can work with that. After I make another cup of coffee. Oh, for fuck's sake. Ojo. Dude, knock it off. Stop. You want? You need fresh hay? I will give you fresh hay. That's all I'm offering you right now. I know. No. Alright, Mom, I gotta go make another cup of coffee. Try not to destroy everything. You know, destructo bun. You're no prince, no ruler. You're just the one who holds the door open. Try to fill the emptiness within. hide the fear that you're not enough. Once that fear owns you, you'll wear your chains like jewelry and beg for more. Yeah. Control C. The fresh hay. It's always got to be fresh hay, huh, buddy? I'm sorry it's so muggy. It's making your stuff go a little bit. Got to clean today. I had a job interview today too in like 2 hours. Ooh. This is powerful and very much in Josh's voice. Furious, lucid skating. The rhythm is tight. The imagery is sharp, and the contrast between false comfort and true damnation lie in its heart. It's a sermon, a judgment, and a confession all at once. There are a few light refinements for pacing, tone, and dramatic beat placement, only if you want to push it to its sharpest edge. Well, of course I do. Let's see. You sell lust as sex. That's the sweet lie they teach children to keep them curious and blind, focused on attacks from one direction, while the enemy, you, slips over the back wall. Lust isn't in the body. Lust is longing with no destination, a hunger that only gets louder the more you feed it. The beast gurgled a scream that shook the foundations of the castle. That's the itch in your soul that promises meaning in the next touch, the next thrill, the next pair of eyes they say they see you. But they never do. Not really. It's a trick. Carnival of flesh and fragrance, flashing lights and open mouths, and the deeper you go, the emptier you become. Lust doesn't want you to be satisfied. It can't be. Lust doesn't want to be satisfied. It can't be. That's the point. Unless you chasten, running in circles, mistaking thirst for desire, and your exhaustion for devotion. When you're tired enough, when you're used up and hollowed out, that's when hell opens the door. Not with chains, with comfort. With a whisper that says, stay here. You've earned this. There's nothing else out there for you. I've seen men drag kingdoms into the dirt over a glint of thigh. Watched women sell their joy just to feel adored. And all of them, sank smiling. You're no prince, no ruler. You're just the one who holds the door open, letting mankind stumble in, thinking they're falling into love, when really they're just falling into want, into your wretched wasteland full of hollow caves and echoes. This lust isn't about what you crave. It's about trying to fill the emptiness, to drown the fear that you're not enough. And once that fear owns you, you'll wear your chains like jewelry and beg for more. Mm. It's more poetic, less wordy. Now I want to add impact. Reinventing education grants. Yeah, start looking at grants. I'm gonna do my interview today and then start checking out .org.gov sites for donations and shit. That's a possible way to go. Oh yeah, let's see what the hell crypto is doing today. Holy fuck. That is not a great start to the day. That is a bad Saturday. Ah, that's a bad Saturday. It's not. Ooh, not good. Not good. Yeah, it's a rough start to the day. Mo. Oh no, you're fine. It was cat. Oh, I expect to spike up based on what I'm seeing. I think what I'm seeing is the start of a reversal that I just got on for. So we'll see. Based on SHIB and that little tiny bar, big red bars, little bar, looks like that could be possibly a point where it's going to change. See some resistance. But we'll see. It's on global markets at this point. So who the fuck is up? Oh yeah, no, it's 7. People are up. People are up looking at crypto. That's why it went down. Yay! Yay! So Beverly there doesn't bite me in the ass. Like I'm right where I want to be as far as like petty cash. I want to hang on to just because it's making money. But I got more I can add in from other accounts. Yeah. Gotta try gleaning off a little extra cash for food this next week. It's gonna become an issue. The enemy EU slips over the back wall. Yay! Interview scheduled. Interview scheduled for 9:15. We'll see. All of a sudden, it's like writing code and brackets, and then bars. mic died, so I might as well just unplug that shit. Hey Mo. Hey Mojo. Maybe somebody didn't hear me yelling at you. You were such a bad bunny. Hi, bud. Here, let me get a shot of you. If I can. There you are. Here. Mojo. Mojo, come here. Come here, my guy. Come here, dude. Yes. Hello, Mo. Hello, Mojo. It's really just been making you the star of the stream, huh? Yeah, this is all about Mojo. The Whisperer says, stay here, you earned this. There's nothing else out there for you. Hi, buddy. Hi, dickhead. I keep meaning to make coffee. Does this work? I'll try if this works. Mo, knock it off! The demon whose body was shrinking and reforming to try and maintain symmetry as it shrank into the center of the room. Just through the demon. His body was shrinking and reforming to try and maintain symmetry as it shrank to the center of the room. Mojo. Mojo, knock it the fuck off. Empty bottle, thrown in his direction. Should keep him distracted long enough for me to do some typing. Mojo, knock it the fuck off. Rabbits communicate by thumps. Knock it off. God damn it, Mo. So, one of the issues that he's having is because my bed is reclined down and I can lift it up, he's in a hollowed out space like a tunnel, and tunnels is where they like to dig and, burrowing. So, it's basically what he's doing. So if I raise the bed up and he doesn't have that tunnel sheltered feeling, that's usually enough to get him to stop. But that means I don't have access to like a fucking bed. So I gotta prop it up like some old man. Get the fuck out of here, Mo. I'm tired of this shit. You're gonna electrocute yourself or eat paint or some crap like that. Knock it off. Jesus Christ, Rabbit. Fucking A. Dude, Motherfucker. There's a refined line edit, not rewriting, not altering your voice, just tightening rhythm, grammar, punctuation, a few moments of flow or clarity to make it land even harder. Yeah. And he's right back to eating his hay. Yeah. Just take away the illusion of burrowing. Yep, it's a good edit. Control C, Control V, boom. Where's that take me to? Okay. Yeah, still gotta get that second cup of coffee, don't I? I really needed to write this today. I really feel like that candle helped me too. Yeah. I've been needing to relight that flame for a while. Forgot that I was a fighter. Okay. I should walk the dog and get cleaned up and get ready for whatever this interview thing is that I'm doing today. I need more coffee too. I like how this is coming along though. Let's see. Yeah. Chapter 4. The creature twitched, still bleeding light from where the barrier once held it. I'll make my coffee and read this. Let us read this aloud. How long have I been streaming for? I got up at like 5 something. Nearly 2 hours working on this. Well, it makes up for my 45 minutes yesterday. This was good. This was designed to be catharsis. And I sat down and I read the whole thing last night on my stream before I went to bed. And apart from using AI to help with a good chunk of this, hi. You. Awesome. Okay. Let's see what I've written today. Story time, Mo. Story time. The creature twitched, still bleeding light from where the barrier once held it. Its limbs clawed at form, trying to reconfigure into something threatening. Wings, claws, a mask of majesty, but the magic no longer obeyed. Joss' bare feet echoed softly in the silence. No armor, no sword, just the sound of flesh on stone. Steady as judgment. You were always a coward, he said, rolling his shoulders. All theater, all noise, always hiding behind some pitiful smile to mask your emptiness. The demon hissed, trying to speak, but the voice was broken. A chorus, unsure of which mouth to use. She wanted. A fist slammed into his jaw. The explosion that followed wasn't metaphorical. Joss's hand lit up as it connected, fire laced with something older than flame, and the whole side of the creature's face burst outward in a wash of molten filth. It screamed, or tried to, but another blow caught it in the throat. The fire didn't go out, it deepened, consuming what it touched with purpose. I watched her fall for you, Joss growled, driving a knee into the demon's ribs, each one snapping like dry sticks, after years of tricks, degradation, and abuse, just so you could get a pat on the back from your pathetically prideful father. The demon collapsed, wheezing. Joss let it fall, then stomped on its spine. The force cratered the stone. You dressed up her chains like they were wings. You sold her fantasies in exchange for my own dreams. And when she was almost free, you caged her again with your wanting whispers. I watched her shrink under your influence, and how she delighted in your sad, simpering company. Flames curled along his arms now, not wild, but controlled, measured. Like branding irons, they knew exactly where to land. She wasn't weak. She was waiting for someone to see her, not desire her, not use her, see her flaws and jagged edges for what they were. Scars you and your ilk left behind. The demon tried to crawl, but every limb it formed burned off before it could be used. Joss crouched beside it, fire still wreathing in his hands. You wore a manipulative grin with half-closed eyes. You made her cry. And when you pulled her back into your wanton clutches, I was made the villain for all the pain you had caused. I carried her scars. I was her scapegoat. And I was left wandering in the desert. The thing twisted, the queen's lips moving from its chest. But this time no voice came, only a breathless rasp, like a prayer that had lost its god. He leaned in, and the demon whispered in choked gasps. You are no emperor, merely a fool with an angel inside him. And you squandered her, not us. The fire roared. Jillian sat frozen, a stunned witness to the burning carnage. The elf's words struck her like heartless embers, simmering with grief, rage, and a loneliness she couldn't begin to understand. At first she thought he was speaking about her, but the longer he raged, the clearer it became. This wasn't her story. There was someone else behind his fury, someone whose ghost clung to his every blow. And what followed twisted something deep in her chest, because as the demon writhed in its ruin, she found herself beginning to feel sorry for it. In a whirling dervish of flame, the elf attacked, hands, feet, elbows, knees, raining devastation while he ranted on to the beast, who could only suffer and stammer. You sell lust as sex? That's the sweet lie they teach children, to keep them curious and blind, focused on attacks from one direction, while the enemy, you, slips over the back wall. The demon's body flew from one wall and crashed into the far side, the elf flipping the impossible mass with unnatural ease, sending bits shattering off in charred pieces. Lust isn't in the body. Lust is longing with no destination, a hunger that only gets louder the more you feed it. Joss leapt across the breadth of the hall, propelled by a trail of flame, and landed on the devil's spine. The beast gurgled, and landed on the devil's chest. Guts. Let's do guts. I haven't used guts. The beast gurgled a scream that shook the foundations of the castle. It's the itch in your soul that promises meaning in the next touch, the next thrill, the next pair of eyes that claim they see you. But they never do. Not really. Only a protective facade you wear. The elf grabbed the demon's face between smoldering palms and pulled the monstrosity close. It's a trick. A carnival of flesh and fragrance, flashing lights and open mouths. And the deeper you go, the emptier you become. Slamming the makeshift skull into the ground, Joss drove a burning heel into the back of it, grinding downward. Lust doesn't want you to be satisfied. Doesn't want to be satisfied. It can't be. That's the point. It wants you chasing, running in circles, mistaking thirst for desire and your exhaustion for devotion. And when you're tired enough, when you're used up and hollowed out, that's when hell opens the door. Not with chains, with comfort, with a whisper that says, stay here, you've earned this. There's nothing else out there for you. Joss threw the demon, whose body was now shrinking, reforming desperately to maintain symmetry, as it reeled to the center of the room. Asmodeus struggled to all fours and tried crawling away, pitifully, only for the elf to skip to his location and kick him in the ribs, flipping him onto his back. Straddling the demon's chest, Joss pinned its flailing limbs and began raining flaming fists down on the beast's skull, shattering and reforming it over and over again as he continued his sermon. I've seen men drag kingdoms into the dirt over a glint of thigh, watched women sell their joy just to feel adored, and all of them, sank smiling. You're no prince, no ruler. You're just the one who holds the door open, letting mankind stumble in thinking they're falling in love, when really they're just falling into want, into your wretched wasteland full of hollow caves and echoes. Because lust isn't about what you crave, it's about trying to fill the emptiness, to drown the fear that you're not enough. And once that fear owns you, Joss yanked the devil's blistered face closer, until their scorched foreheads nearly touched. His hand burned brighter, fiercer, the sizzling grip shrinking the creature with every second. What had once towered now writhed like a child in his grasp. You'll wear your chains like jewelry. The words spilled like acid, low and trembling with fury, and beg for more. Is this too much? Let me get away with that. Fantastic. That's a great way to end it. I like that. Hell yeah. No. Okay, we can stop doing these in bold, I think. No. That's fucking brutal. Yeah, that works. That's totally a Jost. Yeah, type joke at the end. He's got to leave stupid fucking jokes and shit like that throughout. He thinks he's funny. It's a major problem of his. Not mine, of course. I know I'm funny. He just wishes he could reach that level, but it's a little too melodramatic. Ooh. It's fucking dark and twisted and fucked up. And God damn it if I don't love it. Hercules, Hercules. All right. Yeah, that's a 2-hour writing stream this morning because I was in it. I was in a pocket. And I finished chapter 4. Normally I spend like 2 days on a chapter, but no. I feel like that's it. That's what I wanted to write. I got the lines. I feel like I connected with something that I needed to express. I feel like there was a catharsis that came from this, and that's always the point. You use an allegory to resolve the shit that you can't figure out. Like, all of Tolkien's work was trying to make peace with war and machinations and the technological revolutions that he saw, and yeah, the industrial age. This, This is my own fucking heartbreak. So, yeah. All right. That's it for me, folks. I appreciate anybody who's been tuning in, anybody who's been watching. I could use the follows. I could use the viewership, anything. Oh, 2 hours and 15 minutes. All right. So, peace out, Kick. Peace out, Twitch. And farewell, YouTube.